I couldn't sleep. So the third day, they called and they placed their demand.
So they called the third day.
The third
Who did
day.
they call?
They called my stepmom and they placed their demand. 250 million naira.
They demanded 250 million naira. Okay.
We know. So what they told me was that people have gone into the bush to try and rescue him.
Who are these people that went to the bush?
Vigilantes.
But they saw the kidnappers.
Yeah, they saw the kidnappers. But I mean, they had only one bullet on them. And the guy shot, and they shot him. There's a military post not too far from the farm, like maybe 10, 15 kilometers away. They had the gunshot, and they came around. They went into the bush, but the funny thing is they came back that it was getting dark and they couldn't go further. Or you have to go to the state where the incident happened and report physically. And we were like, I'm in the UK.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't say.
Aren't you making that report now? I'm on the phone. I'm calling you guys. I'm making the report. Why do I need to go to the state? I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm copy. Then I went out, tried to call my elder sister, couldn't get her. Waited a bit, and I tried again. And the first words that came out of her mouth is, Shola, Daddy has been kidnapped.
Welcome back to TPX. Today's story takes us to Nigeria, a country known for its rich culture and resilience. In fact, they say Naija no dey carry last. But unfortunately, in certain areas, it's a country known for instability and crisis. Our guest today, Shola, a father, a son, a husband, an uncle, has just gone through an harrowing experience where his dad was suddenly kidnapped in Nigeria. In this powerful episode, he's going to tell us how he lived through the uncertain reality of his dad getting kidnapped, his experience when it comes to the system and the cultural context of kidnapping in Nigeria. This story is about how the impact or the toll it had on his family, and if that has changed his cultural understanding or hope in Nigeria. So we're not trying to scare people. It's not a story of fear. It's a story of grit, a story of hopelessness or feeling helpless, and a story of how that was turned around. So, Shola, can you tell us the day that your dad got kidnapped? Tell us about that day. How did it happen?
Thank you very much, Ayo. My dad got kidnapped on Monday the 16th of June. It happened around 10 a.m. in the morning. So I was already at work in the office, checked my phone, saw 2 missed calls from my sister, my elder sister who lives in Lagos. 2 missed calls in the morning. It's very unusual. So the first thing I did, we have platforms where my dad is very active. We have a farm, a poultry farm, as you know, and we have a platform. So I went on the poultry farm, looked at the platform, checked on the platform, so that my dad made a post 8:07 a.m.
In the morning.
8:07. Then I went, because my dad is also a community leader, as you know. So I went to the community platforms, like 2 or 3 of them. I saw that he made a post, same time, it was Father's Day. So he sent a post out, Happy Father's Day. So I was, okay. I felt relieved a bit. Then I went out, tried to call my elder sister, couldn't get her. Waited a bit, and I tried again. And the first words that came out of her mouth is, Shola, Daddy has been kidnapped.
How did that make you feel at that point? Putting in
I
mind you were at work.
I was distraught. Yeah, I couldn't function again because, you know, I've heard about people being kidnapped back home. I know the harrowing experience they have to go through. I have friends whose family member have been kidnapped that we had to contribute money for
Money.
them
Yeah.
to pay ransom. But, it's never hit this close home. So I was distraughted. I couldn't function. I went upstairs, met one of my team leaders, called him into a room, and I explained to him what happened. Um, you know, the words that came out of his mouth is, okay, so what will the security apparatus in Nigeria do
about it?
this? He doesn't understand. He thought they were going to send out drones,
Yeah.
police dogs,
Everything.
and
Deploy.
deploy
SWAT
everything.
team.
Yeah, he felt they were going to do that. And I just said, Simon, sorry. It doesn't work
That way.
back home in Nigeria. So he said, what do you want to do now? I knew I was not going to be able to function in the office. I mean, I was so distraught that I couldn't even drive. He had to drive me home in my car and took the car back to his house.
And that was your team leader.
And that's my team leader. He was very supportive. Simon took the car back to his home, to his house. I called my wife and I told my wife, my dad has been kidnapped. So she left work immediately, came home to join me. Yeah. That was the first few hours.
That was the first few hours.
Yeah.
So let us understand this. Where was your dad when he got kidnapped? And what were or did you have any idea or any warning before that day that maybe he was in a danger of being kidnapped?
No. Unfortunately, there was no warning. Like I said, we have a poultry farm.
And where's the poultry farm?
The poultry farm is in my hometown. It's Moyo in Kogi State.
Okay.
It's a border town between Kogi State and Ekiti State.
Which is southwest Nigeria.
Yeah, which is southwest Nigeria. Normal routine, he woke up. We have like a clinic, a small clinic in the village. So my
Okay.
dad goes there in the mornings to pray with them and offer some assistance.
He owned the clinic as well?
No, he doesn't own the clinic, but he built
The clinic.
some
Part of the
some
clinic. Okay.
yeah, he built like
So let's say he's a stakeholder without the monetary aspect of it.
yeah,
It's just,
the clinic is owned by Equa Church.
okay.
Yeah, but having seen the state of the clinic, he built some additional rooms.
Yeah.
And he goes there like every Monday to pray with them.
pray with them.
Yeah, and just offer stipends or little things just
Yeah, to give them.
keep the clinic running.
So would you say now? I did ask, did you guys have any warning or any argument? Because I know there are a lot of people in Nigeria that are very spiritual.
Yeah.
So did anybody say, oh, dad might get kidnapped, be careful? Or did any pastor pray or anything like that? Because I hear that happens a lot. Did you guys have any argument, any warning at all?
I mean, he has dreamt.
Or being kidnapped, okay?
He had dreamt that he got kidnapped. But just a dream.
Yeah.
But he's my dad is a very free person. Yeah. He believes that I've not done any bad to anybody, so I don't think anybody should be planning to do any bad to me. He's someone that could go about with security.
Yeah.
Yeah. He felt, I'm in my community. I don't need to be going out with armed
Security
personnel. I should be free in my community. I've not done anybody any bad. I don't think anybody is planning any bad for me. But unfortunately,
That was what happened.
That was
So
what happened.
your dad has a big poultry farm in Ponyo.
Yeah, he has a big poultry farming.
Has he always been, so it's safe to say he's a farmer. Has he always farmed on his life? And why will he be a target for kidnappers? He's just a farmer.
Yeah, so these kidnappers, they work on information, okay?
Yeah.
The guys that came to kidnap my dad came all the way from Zamfara to kidnap someone.
Zamfara is where?
Zamfara is northern Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah. To kidnap someone in
In the
southwest
of Nigeria.
of Nigeria. They didn't just come. Someone gave them information,
Yeah.
right? That, oh, there's a farmer here. He has a poultry farm. And I think if we kidnap him, we're going to get money from this guy. Yeah. The informant told them that my dad has a poultry farm, a gas filling station, a mini bank.
A mini bank. Do you guys own a mini bank?
So, like I said, my dad is a lover of his people.
Yeah.
And once he identifies a problem affecting his people, he'll do something to remedy it. Before now, for you to get cash in my
Community,
hometown,
yeah.
in my hometown, you have to travel to nearby Ekiti State, Omo, and the surrounding places. You have to travel like 20, 30 kilometers to withdraw 20,000.
So you must well spend the 20,000 naira to
On
go
fuel.
withdraw on fuel to go withdraw
To go with
20,000
yeah,
naira.
and long queues. You might be in the bank the whole day just to withdraw 20,000. So what my dad did was he brought a POS to the village, and
So
the
there's
cash
a POS they call, and the cash
the cash proceeds from people that comes to buy egg. We bring it to the POS, then people can use their POS, and we give them cash, just solving problems or providing solution. Same thing with gas. For you to be able to refill your gas, you have to travel tens of kilometers to do that. And my dad felt, oh, I have pickups, so I can buy gas in large containers and dispense it, into bits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we talk about the informant and how you guys got to know about it, tell us how kidnapping is in Nigeria. So is it a rare occurrence or is it a regular occurrence? And tell us about that area as well where your dad was kidnapped. Is it something that has happened before or it was a first person?
Yes, well, I mean, the history of kidnapping in Nigeria didn't start today. It started a long time ago during the agitation for resource control by the militants in the Niger Delta. But what they do is they kidnap like an expatriate and they negotiate with the government over resource control, okay? And they use the kidnapped victim as a means of negotiation. The kidnapped victims are kept in houses with air condition, they eat good food and stuffs like that, right? But now, kidnapping in Nigeria has been taken over by bandits, Fulani bandits who migrated from Niger into Nigeria.
Niger Republic, that's another country.
Yes, Niger into Nigeria. They were part of the Boko Haram group. And because of the pressure being mounted on them in the northern Nigeria
By the military.
they're now drifting down southwards. And now, they are bandits. And that's basically what they do now.
How easy it is for these kidnappers to move around the country? Definitely, there will be security personnel on the road and stuff like that. So how are they able to get around?
I would say the security apparatus in Nigeria is very porous.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very porous. And these kidnappers are very smart. We'll get into those details as we continue this discussion.
Cool.
Right.
All right. So you got the call. Now you are home. When you got home, what did you do? How did you manage the emotional aspect of it? Who did you call? Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, the first thing I did was I called my wife when I told her my dad had been kidnapped. So she came home to join me. And the next thing I did was I called my uncle, Francis. We grew up together. I called him and I said, okay, daddy has been kidnapped.
Where is he based?
He's based in Abuja, in
Okay, and
Nigeria.
he's not heard at that time.
No, he's not heard. I was the one that told him. And he just started crying on the phone. He just started shouting, oh God, oh God, oh God. That was all he could say. And I said, well, now that has been kidnapped, what are we going to do? And we started getting in touch with people just to get information. I called some of my uncles who were in the village. Nobody could give me any information about what.
So is it that they haven't heard, or they just don't know what
No,
happened?
they've heard. They knew he'd been kidnapped, but they couldn't say much.
Okay.
Yes, all they could say is, yeah, he's been kidnapped, and we're trying to rescue him. So I asked them, okay, so how are you people trying to rescue him? Oh, people have gone into the bush to look for him.
Okay, so they're going to the bush. Does that mean that the kidnappers took him into the bush?
Yes, the farm is in the bush.
Okay.
So immediately they kidnapped him. There's a very big forest bordering 5 states: Kogi State, Ekiti State, Kwara State, Niger, and I've forgotten the 5th state now.
It could be Ondo State.
Is it? No, I don't think it's on those states. Yeah, but it's about 4 to 5 states. It's a very mighty forest. We're talking of a forest as big as the size of Lincolnshire.
Okay. So why would the kidnappers? Let me ask. The kidnappers, did they come through the bush? How did they get to the farm?
So, these kidnappers, we're still going to get into this in details
Okay.
as we continue our discussion.
All right, so let's-
But they've mastered the bush.
The bush. Okay, we'll get there.
Yeah.
So they took him through the bush,
They took him through the bush.
and you were speaking to people in Nigeria, and they were telling you that some people have mounted a rescue in the
Mission.
bush. So tell us about how that what they told you. And
Yeah, so what they told me was that people have gone into the bush to try and rescue him.
who are these people that went to the bush?
Vigilantes.
The vigilantes.
Hunters.
Hunters.
Hunters. 3 hunters.
Just three hunters.
3 hunters.
So not the police,
Not
not
the police,
the army,
not the
not the
army.
air force, not the
No,
navy.
no.
Not like the navy will be on land anyways, but
Just
is hunters. 3 hunters.
3 hunters with den guns and probably 1 or 2 cartridges in each
So
den gun.
den guns are
Hunting gun.
hunting guns.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not automatic rifles.
They're not automatic rifles. They can only hold a cartridge at a time.
At a time.
So you shoot, you reload, you shoot, you reload. The hunters actually saw them
Yeah.
and they tried to rescue my dad.
Oh,
one
they
of
saw
them,
the kidnappers.
yeah, they saw the kidnappers. But I mean, they had only 1 bullet on them. And the guy shot and they shot him.
So the kidnappers shot.
Yeah,
the
they shot
hunter.
they shot the hunter. So they had to rush him to the hospital because he had sustained gunshot injuries. Yeah, so they shot him.
And they abandoned
Yeah,
the
and they abandoned the rescue.
pursuit. Okay.
So they thought, so they abandoned the search to rush the guy to the hospital.
So and then what happened after that? You kept speaking to people. What were the informations that they were giving you? And who was coordinating this whole plan on the ground?
So we just have the villagers, some of them who are my uncles in the village. They were the one trying to coordinate this in conjunction with the hunters. There's a military post not too far from the farm,
Yeah.
like maybe 10, 15 kilometers away. They heard the gunshot and they came around. They went into the bush. But the funny thing is, they came back that it was getting dark and they couldn't go further.
So the military apparatus, are they soldiers?
Soldiers,
So they heard the gunshot. They went into the forest.
they went into the
But
forest.
because it was getting dark,
They
came
came
back because they were scared for their own lives.
They came back.
Okay.
So we're talking of 8 military guys with
And how many kidnappers?
4 or 5.
So 4 or 5 kidnappers. The first first they shot the hunters, yet they had very inferior firepower with the weapons they had.
The
That's the
hunters
hunters.
had inferior power.
But you would
firepower.
expect that the military guys will have superior firepower,
Yeah.
and they are more in number, and they went into the forest and abandoned the search because
And
it
they
was
should be
getting
more
dark.
experienced.
They should be more experienced because they're
Yeah.
trained, and they should be more familiar with the area because they are positioned there.
Exactly. That would have been my thought.
Okay.
Or that would have been your thought
Yeah,
also.
that's my exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like there are 8 of you guys. There were four kidnappers. On that is your area. You're Nigerian soldiers.
You're
It's one of the
Nigerian
most
soldiers.
gallant soldiers.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone to peacekeeping
Mission
missions,
in Liberia, in
and other
Somalia, in
places.
Congo.
And we were able to help them, but we can't help ourselves.
We can't help ourselves,
From
especially in this
4 to
scenario.
5 kidnappers.
Yeah, because it's dark, so they can't go into the forest.
Yeah. Well, it only shows how ill-equipped they are, because if they had like night vision cameras, thermal,
If they have night
imaging-
vision goggles. They could have
night-
sold it to the bandits themselves, innit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think. I mean, I keep saying we'd get there. So the bandits that came to pick my dad, they were making fun of even the soldiers. That they saw them, they actually saw the soldiers, but because they don't want to kill them, that they just
Left them.
left them. That they came after them with guns that looked like walking sticks.
Really? That's
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
kidnappers said.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Okay, this is just we're gonna get there. So we'll get to where they start bragging. So you've called your uncles. They've told you about what's happening. What next? What came next?
Well, I mean, so what came next was series of calls, just trying to call everybody. Okay, what's happening now? Have they made contact? Have they called anybody?
So when you say that
What
they
do
made
want?
contact, you're referring to the
kidnappers,
They've
yes.
called to demand for ransom.
Yes.
Because that's what would normally happen.
That's what normally happens. They will call and they'll say, okay, we have your
relative.
and we are demanding a ransom of this amount. First day, nothing happened. Second day, nothing happened. And while all this was going on, I was making contacts with the DSS. I think you also helped with that. Called the DSS.
So the DSS was a full acronym. What are DSS?
Department of State Security Service.
So they're more like spies.
No, they should be the equivalent of they maintain internal security
Within the state.
within the country,
Within the country.
Yeah.
So like CIA.
Like-
like the FBI.
like the FBI. So
Yes.
internal security
Yeah.
within
So different
the
from
country.
police, but they're the FBI.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they should be more sophisticated in intelligence gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should have like surveillance equipment to trace,
Yeah.
and probably capture or arrest these kidnappers.
So in 2 days, the kidnappers haven't spoken to you guys, so you
They've
don't
not made
know
any
what was
contact,
happening.
yes.
But you've been proactive. You're calling security apparatus
Calling
in
security
Nigeria.
apparatus in
And you were
Nigeria.
doing that from where?
I was doing that from the UK.
From the UK.
Yes.
Okay. How easy was that?
Well, it was not very easy. I mean, I got people to help me. I think you helped me you made some calls. Yeah. It was not easy because they kept saying, oh, you have to go to the state where the incident happened and report physically. And we were like, I'm in the UK.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't say.
Aren't you making that report now? I'm on the phone. I'm calling you guys. I'm making the report. Why do I need to go to the state? I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm calling Abuja.
Yeah,
That
you're the
happens
head
to be
office.
the head
Exactly.
office. Yeah, and I'm in the UK. So how do you want me to get to Lokoja to go and lodge in a complaint? The nearest or the closest person that can lodge a complaint is in Abuja.
He's in Abuja. And the rest of the people in the village are probably too scared to even want to leave.
They might not even know where the DSS office is.
He's in
And,
Abuja.
I mean,
in
in
Lokoja.
Lokoja, that's one. And two, they were kidnapping people left and right. So they were probably scared.
Of being kidnapped on the
Of being
road when they're
kidnapped
trying
on
to
the road.
report somebody
Yes,
that's
yes.
been kidnapped.
Oh, I mean, it happened in Niger State. A bus filled with market women, and they ambushed the bus, and they kidnapped 4 women.
So it's safe to say kidnapping is very rampant in Nigeria then.
Oh, it's the new oil and gas.
Oh boy,
Yes,
Okay.
because they make crazy money.
crazy money from it.
Yeah, they make crazy money, and it's yeah.
So you call these DSS operatives and they ask you to report in Abuja. What did you do next?
So seeing the way things were going, I mean, I couldn't sleep for the first 2 nights. I didn't sleep because it was just calls and the anxiety that comes with your father being kidnapped
And not heard even from the
and
kidnappers
not
in
even
2
hearing,
days.
not even knowing if he's alive or
Or
not.
dead.
Yeah. Because if we had heard his voice say the first day, we know that okay, he's alive. Then we'll start making. But we didn't hear anything for the first 2 days. Yeah, I couldn't sleep. So the third day, they called and they placed their demand.
So they called the third day.
The third
Who did
day.
they call?
They called my stepmother.
Your stepmom.
Yeah, my stepmom.
So
My mom is late.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So your dad lives with your stepmom
Yeah, my dad lives with my stepmom.
and kids.
Yes, and younger kids. So they called my stepmom and they placed their demand, 250 million naira.
They demanded 250 million naira.
million
Okay,
naira.
we know the naira has lost value.
Yeah,
But
depreciated.
for people in the UK to understand, how much are we talking about in pounds?
We're talking of 125,000 pounds.
A 125,000 pounds in
Yes.
ransom.
Yes.
Even that amount is massive in the UK. Not talk about how crazy and ridiculous that amount of money will be in Nigeria for somebody. So your dad must be really wealthy then.
He's not. He's just trying to help the community, solving problems. Like I said, it's not as if that poultry is making that much profit, but because it's employing people, putting food on people's table. Yeah, and that's why the poultry is still there. It's not as if it's making so much profit.
How long has the farm been going for? And I did ask the question earlier, you didn't answer it. Has your dad always been a farmer?
Yeah, well, he's not always been a farmer. He's always worked in. My dad started out as a lecturer.
Okay.
Then he went to work for Agric Seed, which is a seed manufacturing company. From Agric Seed, he went to ICRISAT, International Crop Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics. It's an Indian company, and it's a research and technology company. The research into seeds. He worked with them, and from there he was headhunted to work with Guinness. So he was the raw material technical manager for Guinness for a very long time, in charge of purchasing grains. But what we've always done from when we were small is my dad has always had farms.
Okay.
Yes, it's his passion. Yeah, and it's also like our passion. So we always had farms. We go to farms on weekends, plant corn, harvest it, bag it, and sell it later on.
So it's safe to say on his retirement from Guinness,
Yes.
like you said, he wanted to give back to his people. So he went back to his to Ponyo
So the
to
home,
establish
to
the
our
farm.
hometown to establish the farm.
So
From
that
the savings he's
he's
made.
made from his work
Hard
with
work.
Guinness. His hard work with
No,
Guinness.
not Guinness alone.
Well, all the
Oh, yeah.
other companies work for. So they demanded this 250 million naira, and they called your stepmom. So what did your stepmom do? Who did she call?
Yeah, she was hysterical. Yeah, like 250 billion. Where are we going to
Get
get
that money.
250
That
million?
is ridiculous money, guys.
I mean, I was like, even if we get 250 million, how are we going to carry 250 million?
I'm sure you're not even thinking about how you're going to carry the money at that point. You're thinking about how you're going to get the money.
It's
Like it's ridiculous
It's
money.
practically impossible for us to raise 250 million naira.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how we're going to raise it. So, negotiation started.
Between your stepmom
Yeah, she
and
started the
the
negotiation.
negotiation.
Yeah, she started the negotiation. Um,
How much
yeah.
did she tell them you're going to pay?
Well, I mean, from experience, from my friends or people that that have had a family member kidnapped, they told us they are going to start with a very ridiculous amount. So you start ridiculously low.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I related that message to them that please start negotiating from a very low amount. But it's her husband in the bush
So
and
she
everything.
was emotional and
So she was
desperate.
very emotional. And I think she started the negotiation at 10 million.
Oh my God. That's because I read the news and I know that a general was kidnapped 4 weeks before your dad on the same farm. Not farm, in
in
the
the
same
same
area.
area, yes.
And the family paid 10 million, even though he died from his illness.
Yeah, he died from he
Yeah.
was sick. Yeah.
But they paid 10 million.
Yeah.
So they must have started from 100,000 naira.
Or maybe 500.
Or maybe 500.
Yes.
But your stepmom started, she's literally told them, guys, we have money. So I will start with 10 million.
Well, she started with 10 million. And within the next 7-8 hours, it went to 17.
And she was still the person negotiating now.
Yeah, so that was when I told my uncle Francis, I was like, this is where we are. We're towing a very dangerous
line.
path.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to go and take over negotiation. I'm on my way.
This was how many days?
That was on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay. So you told your uncle that you were on your way. At that point, you've made a decision that you were going to go to Nigeria.
I made that decision under 5 minutes.
Under 5 minutes.
Yes. I was like, because when I had
want to go to Nigeria.
Oh, when I had 17 million.
Yes.
I was like, we're trending a very dangerous path here. If I don't go and take charge of this, I may lose my dad.
Weren't you scared that you leaving the UK and going to Nigeria, that's going to put you in danger as well?
I mean, my dad is the only parent I have left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So that was a very easy decision to make.
I lost my mom 8 years ago. Yeah. I was not ready to lose my dad. No.
Wouldn't that have led to you being also desperate?
Yeah, I was desperate to rescue him.
So how were you better off than your stepmom that was doing the negotiation if you were emotionally charged and she was as well?
Yeah, so this is what happened. At the rate at which she was going with that negotiation, we're never going to be able to raise 250 million. Okay? And if we continue that way, those people would believe that
you have 250 million.
Be able to raise that money.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just have to go take charge of the negotiation. So I told my uncle to go take charge of the negotiation and that I'll meet him. So immediately packed my bag under. My wife packed my bag for me.
What was happening at work at this time? You weren't going to work.
No,
you were just at home. But they understood in your office.
Yeah, they understood in my office. Simon understood. I kept updating Simon about what was happening. And yeah. I mean, the job was not...
It was not the most critical thing at that time.
Yeah.
It was...
my dad's life was the
more
most
important.
Yeah.
What about your family? How were they coping at that point?
Oh, my wife understood what was happening, but it's alien to my kids. Like, how can a 73-year-old man be kidnapped on his farm? It's alien to them. They didn't understand.
They can't understand the magnitude of what was happening.
Yeah. And, they are still very young. But everywhere was dead silent. Yeah, everywhere was dead silent. It was very quiet.
So the third day, you decided you're going to travel.
Yeah, so the third day I decided I was going to travel, which informed me by, it was 7 o'clock.
In the night?
In the morning. Yeah, in the morning, 7 o'clock. And I had to buy a ticket immediately. think I bought Air France ticket.
Air France.
Yeah, Air France ticket.
Was that the most available ticket?
That was
or
the next available
available
flight.
ticket? Okay.
And it was to depart 11:30,
And that was 7 in the morning.
and that was 7 in the morning.
Please, where do you live in the UK? You live
I
next
live
to
in-
Heathrow?
I live in Lincoln.
You live in Lincoln?
Yeah.
And you're going to... Oh, maybe it's Manchester. Is it Manchester?
No. Heathrow.
So, hang on. At 7 o'clock in the morning, you bought a ticket for an 11 o'clock flight. And you were
11:30
still...
flight.
11:30 flight.
Yeah.
And you were still at Lincoln.
Yeah. You see, when you're desperate,
Okay.
you lose all sense of reasoning. Yeah. My thought was, I'll get to Heathrow 30 minutes
30 minutes before the flight.
before the flight. And
You know, they close the gate.
yeah, but
And
you're
there's
not
queue in the security at
you're not
Heathrow.
thinking about
You're not thinking about that.
you're
You're
not
thinking
thinking
you're the only
about-
person in the world at that point.
You're not thinking
Yeah.
about they are going to close the gate. I was only thinking I'll get to Heathrow before the flight takes off, and I'll get into that plane.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't.
You didn't.
No. I got there 30 minutes before the flight departed. 30 minutes before the flight departed.
That's when you
But-
got to Heathrow. So you've not even checked in. You've not passed through
Yeah,
security.
so we were trying to check in online because I just had a bag
bag.
with me. Yeah, just a bag with me. But we were trying to check in online. Okay, I have two passports. I have a British passport and I have
A
my
Nigerian
Nigerian
passport.
passport. My wife tried to check in with my Nigerian passport, but because it's going to Charles de
France,
Gaulle,
yeah,
France,
you can't-
so I
you
need
can't
to
check in
have a
with that,
Schengen
yeah.
visa. Okay, now she tried to check in with my British passport. I need a visa for Nigeria on my British
So
passport.
you need to show the visa. So even though that's a lot of complexity. So they couldn't check in online.
So my wife couldn't check in online. Yeah, and that really affected because if she had checked in online,
that would have been.
that would have
How
been
did you
a
get to Heathrow? Did you take public transport?
I drove.
Who took your car back?
My wife had to go collect my car after 2 weeks.
At Heathrow.
Yeah, I parked at Heathrow. I
did
paid
you-
I paid for parking.
So your expenses has already started
Oh,
even before.
oh, yeah. So my expenses, the very expensive ticket.
Yeah. How much was
Parking.
the ticket?
Ticket was about 1,001.
£1,100.
Yeah,
So in Nigerian context, that's 2 million
2
already.
million plus, 2.2 million.
So the money for the ransom is already
Being
is already
depleted.
it's been depleted.
Yeah, and we paid £400 for parking for 2 weeks. That's close to another
That's
1 million.
Another 1 million now.
Yes.
So that's 3 million now
I had to buy another ticket immediately because I missed.
because you missed it.
Yeah, because I missed that one. I think I bought that ticket close to £700.
Which flight was that?
Virgin.
Okay, Virgin.
Yeah.
So I take it that Air France refunded your ticket.
Well, we've put in a complaint. Yeah, it's an exceptional situation which I'm trying to make them understand. I've attached the links to
the news and
yeah, because
everything?
it was in the news that my dad was kidnapped. So many groups were agitating for his release. So many groups were agitating for the government to come in and rescue him, which never happened. So I've attached.
Oh, we get there.
Yeah, we'll get
We'll
there.
get
We'll
there.
get there.
So you booked the next flight, Virgin.
Virgin, yeah.
So what happened when you got to Nigeria?
Well, so when I got to Nigeria, I landed in Lagos because that was the next available flight. My brother-in-law picked me. We went to his house, and I was trying to make like a silent entry
Into the country, so you
into
didn't
the
want people to
country.
know. So
because
at
for
that
security
point,
reasons.
you never knew why your dad was kidnapped. If anybody within the family had got a role to play with it, in it, or if anybody within the community has got a role to play with it.
Yes.
So you just want to keep it on the down low, so you're not exposed.
For security
security-wise.
reasons. Yeah. So it was only my uncle that knew I was coming. Yeah. And my brother-in-law, the one that picked me up from the airport. We got to his house, and the second day, when I got to know how the negotiations was going on, and the fact that what happened had begun to create frictions within the family. I had to travel down to Abuja so that I could travel down to Lokoja to meet my family. Yeah. So I
So what
told,
was there friction? Some people felt that money was too much. Some people felt it wasn't enough.
no, so, you know, like I said, my stepmom was the one taking charge of the negotiation in the first place. So when my uncle got in, right, he had to tone it down, like the rate at which, because that was, we already had
Ridiculous
that
rate.
discussion that, look, we can't be going from 10 to 17 to 21 to 30 something million in a space of 3-4 days.
Are you saying it was already 30 something million in 4 days?
Yeah.
By the time you got to Nigeria,
Yeah,
your
yeah, it
stepmom
was-
already negotiated 30
Yeah,
something
they
million.
had gotten to like 34, 37 million or so.
And that was your stepmom,
Yep. And my stepmom and another uncle of mine.
another uncle. Did they have that money kept somewhere?
I don't know.
So where were they hoping to raise that kind of money? They just kept.
They just kept going up. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So you got to Abuja.
So I got to Abuja, took public transport.
How was your flight from? Oh, you didn't take a flight from Lagos to Abuja.
No, I took a flight from Lagos to Abuja.
How was the flight?
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Because I know
Nice.
local flights in Nigeria could be an issue
flight.
as well.
Yeah, no, that was okay.
was
That
okay.
was fine. Value Jet met a guy who helped me out. One of
Okay,
their
good.
maintenance engineers. He helped me out. Yep. So got to Abuja and took public transport down to Lokoja.
From Abuja to Lokoja. How long did that take?
I took it's supposed to be like 1.5, 2 hours, but it took me almost 4 hours. because
And
of
why was
this-
that?
Yeah, the state of the roads.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we got to a spot that we had to wait 1 hour at a spot. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of people in London was like, oh, that's everyday thing in London. But let's go on. So what happened in Lokoja when you got there?
Yeah, so when I got to Lokoja, I had already told my uncle to move everybody to a house in Lokoja. So they met me at home, and that was when myself and my uncle took over the whole negotiation and everything. And yeah, so we started negotiating. And
So at this point, were you only talking to the kidnappers? What about the police you did? Because they wanted somebody to go to the DSS office
yeah, so
physically. So
yeah.
what about the police, the security? What happened here?
When I got to Nigeria, I met with the DSS guys, and
The ones you've been speaking with?
there was one that called me when I was at Heathrow.
Okay.
Right, and I told my uncle to go meet him, but what he wanted to do was to take over the negotiation.
Oh, so the DSS wanted to take over the negotiation,
Yes.
not to organize a rescue.
No, they were talking about, as at that time.
Yeah.
What they said was, put me in touch with your family so we could take over the negotiation.
Okay.
Probably because they have experience in
negotiating,
negotiating.
yeah.
They would have negotiated better, I think, than
What you guys have done.
But what
the
we've done.
37 million
yeah,
you
the
were
37
on.
Yeah, the 37 million in 3 days. Yeah. So I met with the DSS guys and I was like, okay, yeah. And the truth is, when someone called me and said, my name is this from DSS, and wanted information, I couldn't give it to them because the
You
secret.
didn't know who is who.
Exactly. I don't know if he's part of the
Actually,
kidnappers. Yeah, you couldn't trust anybody in
Anybody.
that instance. So I wanted to have a face-to-face contact, a face-to-face meeting with the person. So I went to DSS office and I said, I want to speak to Mr. So and so. He said, oh yeah, I spoke with you, and yeah, so we connected. But on getting to DSS office, I was like, okay, so now for the negotiation, we're handling it. What do you people want to do in terms of helping us out, like rescue? Yeah, but I don't think they were not in a position to do much. The
Why?
only option they gave us was that if they are to rescue my dad, it will involve, maybe like an exchange
Of fire.
and it's a 50-50 chance.
So they might kill him in the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. So that's like telling me
We
to
don't want
sign
his death
my
warrant
death warrant, my
before
dad's
going
death
death
warrant. I was like, is
But
there
were
no?
they serious with it, or they just
Well, I mean, that was what they said.
okay?
Yeah, they said, they told us they have resources, like human resources, to carry out the
The
operation.
rescue.
To carry out the operation. It's
Okay.
not a rescue. It's a 50-50 chance.
So if they had the resources to carry out the operations, and kidnapping has been going on in that area for a while, because we heard about the general that was kidnapped. So why haven't they done anything before they kidnap your dad?
Oh, a general was kidnapped. A king of a neighboring village was kidnapped. Students were kidnapped. Citizens
Were
were kidnapped.
by the same people in
Yes,
the
by
same
the same
area.
people. Oh, so they kidnapped my dad on a Monday. 2 days later, they kidnapped another set of people. Then I think 4 days later, on a Saturday, they kidnapped a Chinese man.
A Chinese citizen was
Yeah,
kidnapped in that
yes,
area.
Yeah.
And this is in a spate of 1 week.
Yeah, in a
and
spate
the
of-
same the same DSS that was telling you that they could go into the forest to rescue your dad couldn't do anything to stop all those kidnapping.
No. They couldn't do anything. The Chinese man was kidnapped on a Saturday, and my dad was not listening to news or anything. So on a Monday, the next Monday morning, when he called us and was talking to us, he was, very calm, telling us, okay, can we do this? Can we sell this? Can we?
So your dad was telling you how to raise the money.
How to raise money.
And apart from calling you guys and speaking to you guys, was there any other person he was calling and speaking
Yeah,
to?
he was calling his friends and everybody to see how they can best support him,
So the kidnappers allowed him to.
Oh, they were
So that
call-
they can-
yeah, so they were using his phone to call us, right? But what they did was they removed his SIM card from his phone, put it in a smaller phone, and smashed
His own phone. So,
yeah, they smashed
that
it.
they can't trace
so they
it.
can't track it. Yeah, so they smashed his own phone. They dug the earth and they buried it. And they told him, let's see how, we know your type, we know the kind of phones you use, but let's see how they are going to track you now.
The kidnappers told him that.
Yeah, they told him that. they are very sophisticated. Yeah, I'll tell you more. Yeah.
So you went to the DSS office, they said 50-50, so you didn't give them the go-ahead.
No, I won't
even if
sign.
they were bluffing or something, you couldn't give them the
No,
go-ahead.
I won't
because
sign my dad's
yeah,
death warrant.
that's warrant.
Yeah.
So apart from the DSS, who else did you speak to and how helpful were they? Because at this stage, it was in the news, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
it was in
everybody
the.
knew
Oh,
about
it was already in the news.
Okay.
He was kidnapped on Monday. It was in the news on Tuesday, so everybody knew about it. I was shuttling between Abuja, Lokoja, Kogi. Lokoja is in Kogi State, and Kwara State, because what happened is, like I said, when they kidnapped my dad, they kidnapped other people, like the Chinese guy. So my dad was the one that told us that, oh, they just brought in a Chinese man. That was on a Monday morning. And there was no way he could know that they've kidnapped somebody because he was in the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad is 73 years old. He's highly hypertensive, highly diabetic, and just finished radiotherapy for prostate cancer. He was kept under a tree in an open forest
For that
23 days with injuries on his leg.
So, diabetic,
Diabetic.
he had prostate cancer and he had
Yes.
treatment for it.
Yes.
He is hypertensive.
Yes.
He was taken through the bush.
He was taken through the
I
bush
reckon
for
they
5
walked
days,
for 5 days before
Walked.
they got to the camp
barefooted,
where they held him. And the camp is just an open space under a tree in
under
the
a
forest.
tree in the forest.
And that was where it was day and night. Rain.
Come rain,
sun-
come sun.
sunshine.
Yes. So it rains on his head, then the sun comes out and
dries it up.
Yeah, at 70.
What about these kidnappers? They were all there as well. They didn't go anywhere throughout the day.
So they have 2 people always keeping guard. Yeah, 2 people. These guys are so heavily armed from information we got after the release that the commander, who happens to be the head of the kidnapping of the kidnappers always goes about with 3 magazines. His assistant always goes about with 3 magazines, right? Then the other ones, they go about with 2 magazines. Each magazine holds 30 bullets. So that means 90 bullets, 90 bullets, 60, 60.
So always ready.
So they're always ready. And the information we have is that they are always like 1 feet. They can never be more than 1 feet away from their guns. And we're not talking of AK-47s. We're talking of high
Caliber.
high caliber
Yeah.
guns.
So you were shuttling between Abuja, Lokoja, and Kwara State because of the area where they put him. It borders those three states,
three
so
places.
everybody's got jurisdiction.
Yes.
So when you go to the states, who were you speaking to? You know, I was asking about the soldiers, the military. What role did they play here?
Yeah. So in Lokoja, I was speaking with the DSS.
Okay.
One. Then I tried to get access to the state governor
Of your state?
Of my state. Went through the SSG.
That's the Secretary to the State Governor.
Secretary to the state.
How did you get the contact of the SSG?
So we have the boy helping us,
Yeah.
and he sent us the contact to the SSG. We went to her office. We met with her secretary.
In Lokoja.
Yeah, in Lokoja. We met with her secretary, and the secretary got us audience with her, and we told her what happened. She was already aware because it was already in the news, and she said, "Oh yes, I think what I'll do is I'll give you a letter to the SSA, who is the state security advisor."
Yeah.
Yeah. We left her office.
Who's the State Security Advisor?
His name is retired Commander Jerry
Omodara.
Omodara.
Okay.
Yes. So we went to the SSA's office and we spoke with the SSA. He was already aware of the situation. When we met him, it looked very promising. Yeah, because he picked up his phone, made a call to someone, and the guy at the other end said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get him released in 3 days." I was so happy that, oh, my dad is coming home in 3 days, right? And he said, "Don't worry, we'll handle it." So I was relieved. 3 days, I didn't see any traction. When you're trying to help somebody, you call
the
you'd
person,
say,
this is what we're doing, and all of that
this
stuff.
is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've sent people out. They've identified where they are. We were the one doing the tracking. Like, anytime my dad calls, we get someone to track for us, and we're paying that guy per tracking. Yeah. And
I thought the DSS had apparatus. They weren't tracking,
their tracking takes 24 hours.
and yours is instant.
Mine is 5 minutes.
So somebody in the country you were paying would
Yes.
track instantly.
And
The
send-
old DSS apparatus of the state couldn't track instantly.
Well, they told us it takes 24 hours.
Even if we
mean,
use apps,
Yeah,
You
we
can
could
track
track.
instantly.
We could track. It's
it's a sorry case.
It's a sorry case.
So
Let
the
me just put it
SSA,
there.
no traction for 3 days.
So for 3 days, we didn't get any traction from the SSA. That was when we said, "Oh, come, we have a House of Rep member that represents our constituency. Why don't we go speak with him?" Because our belief was that if we get someone, from up there to speak to maybe
The security,
the
it would be
security
easier.
apparatus, maybe the police, or then they'll do something. So we traveled. We went to Abuja. We went to the Senate. We met with the House of Rep member representing Yaba East and the constituency there, Honorable Leke Abejide, and we spoke with him, and he said, "Yes, I'm aware of the whole. I'm aware about the whole situation, and
If your dad had the biggest poultry in Kogi State, like they claim, and the honorable is from that area, should you not know your dad 101?
he's like a son to my dad."
Like a son to your dad.
Yes.
Before you went to meet him, did they call you
No, I sent him a text message. I think it took 3 days.
for him to respond?
Yes.
And what was his excuse?
Like, no excuse.
No excuse.
No.
because it's not his own son that was kidnapped or his own dad. He didn't care, even though he's a member of his constituents that is gone to Abuja to represent. So he should be the one seeking you out to ask what is going on.
It's a so. I mean, you know how politicians are in Nigeria. Even after the rescue, I've tried to reach out to him on
And he's still not forthcoming because he doesn't care. So what was he representing you guys for?
Well, I don't know.
For his own pocket?
He's representing...
He's representing his own family?
Yeah.
Okay. So you went to Abuja to meet him?
So I went to Abuja. We met him and it was the same promise. Oh, we're going to get your dad out. We're going to get people to help you. And in fact, I've discussed this matter with the governor. Come to my house at night. The governor will be there and we'll talk about this. And we went to his house. We met with the governor. It was the same promise.
You met the governor of your state. I think I know is Ododo, right?
Yeah.
You met him, but you went to Abuja to meet the senator, the person representing your area.
Yeah.
So you have to travel back to Kogi State to go and meet your governor.
No. We met him in Abuja.
Oh, sorry. The governor of your state.
Yeah, he was in Abuja.
Oh, he went for a meeting, ESCO meeting.
Well, we don't know.
You don't know.
But we met him in Abuja then.
So there's a likelihood that the governor of your state is governing your state from Abuja.
I don't know.
There's a likelihood.
Maybe.
Okay.
But I met him in Abuja.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. In his house in Abuja.
No, in the
State
House of
House.
Rep. House of Rep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The House of Rep
member.
Member's house.
Yes.
So he came to see the House of Rep member's house.
Yeah,
Or maybe he's on a visit.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
All
We
right.
never
So,
can.
so
tell.
what did he say?
Well, it was the same promise. Would get your dad out in 3 days.
Did he call anybody like his SSA?
No.
He didn't call anyone. He just
it was
promised
just
you.
a promise. We'll get your dad out
In 3 days?
In 3 days. Yeah, they told
Why
us.
are they always saying 3 days? Is it like their
maybe-
default politician
maybe,
script they're reading? Just give us 3 days. We'll get him
Maybe
out.
they just like the number 3.
3, okay.
Yeah. And I mean, the governor left, and we went back, sat down with the House of Rep member. I was like, look, we have intel. Anytime my dad calls, we track, and we know exactly where he was. As at that point in time, we told him there was a time we were traveling, and he called, and we tracked him, and he was just 10 minutes away.
10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes drive. It was
Were you able
4
to see which area where you could
Yeah, it
go?
was in the forest.
In the forest?
Yeah, we
So-
were like straight line from where we were to where he was. 4.4 kilometers, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Using the bush part and everything. But I mean,
You couldn't go in
We
there. You
couldn't
get
go
yourself
there.
kidnapped. You don't even have the weaponry.
we don't
to-
have
to
weapon.
help.
I mean, yeah. So no weapon, nothing. And we told him, look, we're ready to support in terms of, tracking
Any rescue plan?
any rescue plan. And the agreement was that, okay, we're going to have another meeting with someone else who is going to handle the rescue operation. And then you people can sit down and discuss, because we're really willing and ready to
At this point, you were
assist them.
willing for the rescue to happen, because initially you were skeptical about a rescue.
Yes.
But at this point, you're willing. So why did you change your mind from not wanting for them to go rescue because it's a 50-50 chance to you now being open to him being rescued?
Because he's been there for 20 days.
At
Or
that
almost
point,
20 days.
20 days?
No, sorry. He's been there for like 16 days.
16 days?
Yes.
So he's been there for 16 days. The kidnappers asked for 35 million.
Yes.
And so while you were discussing with the security personnel, were you looking on how to raise the 35 million?
Oh, so as at that time, we've gotten to 55 million.
Sorry. Your stepmom had negotiated 37 million.
Yes.
You've gone to Nigeria
Yes.
because you thought that was ridiculous,
Yes.
to make sure that it doesn't go further. How
Yeah.
did you end up in 55 million?
So how we ended up in 55 million was, my dad is the one in captivity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he started saying, go sell this. There's a piece of land. Someone came, wanted to buy it for this amount. But even if it's this amount, go sell it. Add it to what you have. So whenever he tells us to go sell something,
You went to sell it.
so we just sold
And
it.
those people were willing to buy it.
Yeah.
So you sold it for way less.
I
Something
mean,
like that.
it's a dire situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a distress sale.
So at that point, you were able to raise 55 million.
So we've been able to raise 55 million. 54 million is 100.
Let me get this clear. 54 million is like 50,000 pounds thereabout, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe 25,000 pounds. So you were able to raise this money by selling stuff. What
By
about
selling-
yourself?
By selling stuff, contributions from myself and other people. Yeah.
So your friends helped.
Friends help. My dad's friends, some of them that had helped.
Yeah.
So everybody was contributing, just to get him out.
So if you had it to 55
because by
million.
then we had known he had sustained an injury on his leg from the first day, and we know his health condition.
So you were desperate to get him out.
To get
because
him out.
He could
Yeah.
die in there.
Because of
That
that
injury.
injury.
So 55 million.
Yes.
What was the kidnapper saying at this point?
So, well, I mean, they promised us that if you come in with that 55 million, we promise we're going to release your dad.
Oh,
to
okay.
you.
So case closed.
So
You
we're
don't
like,
need
oh, good. Yeah. 55 million. Yeah. Here. Take 55 and release our dad.
Hang on. You transfer it to their bank account.
No. It has to be cash.
I thought there is a limit on the amount of money you could physically withdraw from the cash from the bank in Nigeria. How did you release 55 million? How did you even carry that?
So because we already know what's going to happen, so we had been withdrawing this money
Gradually.
Gradually.
Over that time.
over that period of time. So we've been withdrawing it.
You
and
weren't scared
keeping it.
somebody could come into the house and rob you guys and take the money away from you.
No, apart from myself and my uncle, nobody
Nobody
knew
knew.
where the money was.
Okay.
Yeah, I think only 3 people knew
Where
that
the money
money
was.
was. Yeah.
Okay. So you
and
have
that was-
55
and
million
that was
in
why
cash.
part of the reason why I went on, because it has to be. At that point in time, the thing is you don't know who to trust.
Who to trust.
Yeah.
So you had 55 million. The kidnapper says, okay, bring this 55 million. We're going to release your dad.
Yes.
How did you feel?
I just wanted to get my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was excited, and yeah, I mean, we were not in Lokoja when they finally agreed that we should bring that 55 million. I think we were in where were we? We were in Ilorin, because we knew the kidnappers were in Kwara State, in Orago, to be precise. So we went to see the CP. We went to the police headquarters in Kwara State. We went to the anti-kidnapping unit. We met with the head of the anti-kidnapping unit, and we were talking to them that, look, my dad had been kidnapped. He'd been moved to Orago, and that's your jurisdiction. What can you do to help us? Yeah, that was another messy situation. I met with the commissioner of police for Kwara State and spoke with him on this issue. I didn't get
The traction you were
the traction I was expecting from a commissioner of police who I've told that, my dad had been kidnapped. So I had to call people. I called people, to talk to him. And one of the people we told them that at every point in time when my dad calls, we track him and we know exactly
Where he was.
He was. And this person related that message to the commissioner of police, Kwara State. And he said, oh, is that true? Okay, come to my office. Tell them to come to my office and see me now so that we can talk on this. I was happy. I went to his office, myself and my uncle. We sat down. We told him he has asked for us to come. We told his secretary that he's asked for us to come to discuss something. They went and came back. They said he's on a phone call. We should wait. So we sat down. While we were sitting down, a man came in. He said he's the Attorney General for Kwara State. Immediately he heard that the guy came in. He called
the guy to come in, but he kept you guys waiting.
He kept us waiting.
So he never attended to you guys that day.
Then 3 men came in, They said they are chiefs, traditional chiefs. He told them to come in. I was still waiting. The straw that broke the camel's back was when students, National Association of Nigerian Students, their
Came in.
ESCOs, came in.
So all of these people, they
And
are on
sat down.
courtesy visit. You were on a serious visit because your dad was
Yes.
kidnapped, and
Yeah.
the kidnappers are in the state.
And in his state,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know this commissioner's name?
I've forgotten his name now, but he's the commissioner of police
In
Kwara
Kwara
State.
So we'll get
They've
his
not
name.
changed.
We'll
him.
get his name.
Yeah, if I
we'll
Google,
we'll put it on the tagline.
yeah, if I Google it now, I'll get his name. He asked these non-students to come in. I mean, my dad is with
Kidnapper 16 days with
16
injury.
days with injury and everything. You saw the AGF, you saw chiefs, and you are seeing National Association of
Nigerian
Students who
What should take
I
priority?
don't think they are under any duress.
No,
As
they're
at that
just on a
point in
courtesy
time,
visit.
it's a courtesy visit.
You were on a serious,
Mine is
you were
a
on the
security-
Police, you were on the police business.
Yeah.
That's their work.
Yeah.
They were on a courtesy visit, and he saw all of those and kept you waiting.
So that was when I blew the fuse and I left his office. I was like, no, I can't stand for this.
Did he call you back?
No, he never. Not
Not
Not up till date. The AKS, the head of AKS, I've forgotten his name.
Was AKS?
Anti-kidnapping
Anti-kidnapping
squad.
unit.
Yeah, the OCAKS. Very helpful man, but he's overwhelmed.
Because there are a lot of kidnappings.
Oh yeah,
So he has a lot of
he
people to
has.
attend to.
He's overwhelmed. I mean, they even went an operation where some of his guys were shot.
Whilst you were there,
Yeah, whilst I was there, a police officer was killed.
when they
I
went
met.
for the rescue operation.
When they went for another rescue
And
operation,
another rescue
not
operation,
my
and they
dad's.
weren't able to rescue the person.
No, they weren't able. So I think a kidnapping took place, and they went there with the CP, and they ambushed them.
The kidnappers ambushed the place rather than the police ambushing the kidnappers.
Oh yeah, they ambushed them. No, the kidnappers were threatening the same CP that I'm telling you about, that I have security information for, who had been threatened by kidnappers. A video call. Without being blindfolded, they were showing him their guns.
So kidnappers
Did a video call.
a commissioner of police for anti-kidnapping unit.
Yeah, the commissioner of police.
Yeah, the commissioner
That's
of police.
the head
Yeah.
of police.
Yeah.
All the police people, all the police personnel in Kwara State.
Was it not the same CP you went to see?
Yeah, he's the same one.
The one that didn't attend to you?
Yes, yeah.
So
the same one.
so the kidnappers already threatened them.
They've threatened him.
Oh, that's
and
why he didn't want to see you.
And I had security information for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
he
he doesn't
didn't
want to
think
get
he
involved.
don't think it's serious. No, he doesn't think it's serious enough.
Yeah, he's scared. He's scared, isn't it? If kidnappers caught a whole CP without any face
No
covering
marks,
and
nothing, no
threatened
face
them,
covering,
and, so-
covering, nothing.
and what did they tell him?
Yeah, they told him that his guys are carrying walking stick as guns. That he should look at their gun.
He should look at big
Yeah,
guns
that they
they've
have.
got.
Yeah. And I tell you, they have good guns.
So you have your 55 million, the police has disappointed you, the military has disappointed you, you're all useless. You decided you're going to pay this 55 million. So what happened?
Yeah, so we arranged, we had to travel by night to get, because like I said, we were in Kwara State. We had to travel by night, very bad roads. In fact, we got to Kaba. We had to sleep in Kaba because
You can't go on, it
Yeah, we
wasn't
can't
safe.
continue. It wasn't safe for us. We got to Kaba around past 12 midnight. It wasn't safe. And we just decided, okay, we're going to sleep in Kaba. Wake up the next morning, drive to Lokoja. And that was what we did. Woke up the next morning, we drove to Lokoja, where the money was. Picked the money, turned back immediately, and drove to Egbe. Egbe is in Kogi State, which was where they told us to come to with the money.
You went to deliver the money yourself
Well, I mean, I got to Egbe, but I didn't go
to the
into
point
the
of
bush.
So
to the
who
point of
went to
exchange.
deliver the money in the
We
bush?
just got a very helpful boy. Yeah, he just decided.
He agreed to it.
Yeah, he just.
He wasn't scared they were going to
Yeah,
kidnap him.
my dad's elder brother was the one that was to take it. He's older than my dad, you know. So when we told my dad that Uncle Isaac said he's going to bring the money, my dad was like, "Oh no,
Don't let him come. They're
Don't
just
let-
going to take him as well.
no. Said he's not going to get there. one day.
He's probably gonna die before he gets there.
He's going to be too slow driving.
Ah.
That he's 76 thereabout. That he's going to be very slow with his driving.
So a boy took the 55 million from you guys.
Yeah, so the boy
to
just
take into the forest.
Yeah, so the boy just said,
And you guys didn't have any problem taking all that money?
Oh, we did. So while they were going with the money, there was a military checkpoint in Egbe. They saw them, and I think they checked the car and
saw
they
that
saw
all that money.
the 55 million cash in the car. And the boy called us and said, "Oh, the military stopped us and they've seen the money." And I was scared.
Because they could confiscate the money.
One, we're not sure if they were real. The people that came to kidnap my dad wore military uniform.
Oh.
One of them wore
Military uniform, camouflage. So you don't know if those guys were another kidnappers.
I was so scared. I was very scared. I was fearing for the lives of the guy that took the money and the guy that escorted him. I was fearing for the life of my dad. If we lose 55 million, where are we going to start
Raise
from?
another 55 million.
Yeah. So everything was going through my mind. I had to call a friend of mine who is a military personnel in Kaduna. I was like, oh, this is the situation.
He also knew about the kidnapping.
Yeah, he knew. I told him already. My fear were his fears. He was so scared because he said, I don't know if those guys are real military men.
Okay.
So the first thing he did was to get the phone number of the officer in charge of that unit. So he called and he was able to confirm that they were military men, and he called me back. He said, Shola, let me tell you, my greatest fear was this, but I've been able to confirm that they are real military men. So don't worry, I'll handle every other thing. And the guy I spoke with is aware of your dad's kidnap.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And the funny thing that happened is those guys, when we were going to exchange the money, and they called and we told them, oh, we're having problem with military. They are saying that they want clearance for the money. The kidnappers told us that if we are having problem moving that money, that we should go and meet a DPO, divisional police officer of the police station in charge of my jurisdiction, which happens to be the police station in Ife-Olukotun, that we should go and meet the lady, that she will give us a letter, a clearance letter.
A lady who is a DPO,
yes,
of the police. The kidnappers recommended
that we
DPO
should go get clearance letter from
the DPO
from the police,
to move the money.
From the police, yeah.
So it means that the police is complicit in this whole arrangement.
I don't
one
know
way
what
or the other.
arrangement they have.
Because how would the kidnappers know that the DPO will give clearance? How would the DPO give clearance for such an amount of money?
The F-on-3 to tell us
to go and meet somebody,
a police officer, to get clearance for a ransom payment. It baffles me up to date.
So you got the clearance
from the military guys. Yes, so the military guys had allowed the money to go. So the money went. The guys, where you know that this kidnapping thing is very deep, okay? When those guys were going, after getting to the military post, right? The town where we were, the whole network in that town was jammed.
By the military or the kidnapper?
The kidnappers.
Kidnappers have jamming.
They jammed the whole network for
the old place you went to, where you went to exchange the money, because they knew the money was coming. Yeah. They jammed the whole network.
So they jammed the network. And the guys that took the money there attested to the fact that they were trying to reach us.
But they couldn't reach us.
And they couldn't reach us. There was no network on their phone. But each time the kidnappers want to call to give them direction, all of a sudden they have network on their phone. Then they call them, give them
the direction of where they should come to.
And after that, the network disappears.
Goes again.
Then the next time they want to call them, the network comes back. They give them direction, the network, and that happened like 3-4 times.
Sophisticated
than the Nigerian police.
military.
Yeah, yeah.
So they exchanged the money.
So they exchanged the money and came back, and they told the guys, okay, go back to Egbe.
Your dad will be there.
Go and wait there. You'll see your dad later. So, and they came back around 5. We waited. I thought, okay, they want to use the cover of darkness
To bring him
release
out.
my dad. So we waited, only for them to call around 9 that, where are you? We said, oh, we're still in Egbe. We even thought they were going to say, okay, go pick your dad from this spot. And they said, you must be stupid. Go back home. Go and bring the balance of our money.
They actually say you must be stupid.
He said it in Damburo or something like that. Yeah.
What were you thinking at this point? Did you think he was dead at this point?
Well, we heard his voice
In the background.
in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. But at that point, we were confused. I think myself and my uncle were crying for like the next 3 hours. Yeah, because we felt we failed. Yeah, we felt we failed my dad. That, yeah.
So they took 58 million and they didn't release your dad.
No.
What happened next?
Well, what transpired?
Was that why the reason why you were not opened to
So
the military
that was-
not going in to do the rescue?
Exactly, because it was after that incident. That was when we met
The
with
governor and
the governor
everybody.
and the House of
Oh,
Rep
that
member.
makes sense.
And that was when we were like, even if we get the balance,
Was the
was
assurance,
the assurance,
that they're
because they promised us that if you pay 55 million, we're going to release your dad.
another 55 million?
No.
Oh yeah, they assured you if you pay
first
the
one.
initial 55 million.
In the initial 55
So now they
million.
want the
No, now
balance.
they want the balance, 200 million.
Okay.
Yeah. They wanted the balance, 200 million.
So did you raise 200 million?
We can't raise 200 million.
So
We can't raise 200 million.
the people, everybody called, your governor, your SSA, your SSG, everybody, nobody could go and do the rescue.
So, I mean, before I left the UK, there's a guy online on Instagram, social media, a vigilante group that had told me, someone introduced them to me, that's what they do. They are specialists
In rescue.
in rescuing. And the guy charged me 1 million.
You met somebody online. You were desperate,
Yeah.
but you paid 1 million,
Yeah, I paid him 1 million.
even though they could be scamming you. Did they put story of their rescue operations? The people attest to them being able to rescue their relatives.
Like I said, someone recommended them to me. That
So you're almost as worse as your stepmom because you are also desperate and you're doing everything and everything.
well, the negotiation side, I was not going to jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, 1 million naira to get vigilantes to rescue.
Anyway,
them.
at that point,
Yeah,
you're
at
already
that
taking
point.
55 million, so you might as well pay 1 million. So what?
No, we've not even paid
55
55
million,
then. That
okay.
was at the
Before then.
initial stage.
Yeah, so what happened?
1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was just telling me stories. He had an accident. The first
What's
time,
his name on Instagram? What's his handle?
White Lion.
White Lion.
Yeah.
White Lion, you're listening. We need that 1 million naira back. And seriously, because you didn't do anything, did you?
Let me bust your bubble. So he told me the first night they traveled, that he and his guys had to sleep in a hotel. You're supposed to be rescuing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the person they picked up is under a tree
He's
in
under
the
a
forest.
tree.
You want to go
He's still
and-
within that vicinity
Yeah.
as at that time. You're supposed to bombard
the,
that
yeah, you
bush.
want to go and rescue them.
And
you
rescue
slept
him.
in an hotel.
But he told me he and his
so you
guys,
have to pay for that.
He told me, yeah.
So did you pay for it?
I sent him, like I said, he took 1 million from me.
Okay.
Yeah. He told me he had an accident with his vehicle while trying to do the rescue. And the first time he showed me a video that they were on their way to rescue my dad, it was a red Sienna. When they had an accident, he was showing me a video where they were repairing a blue Sienna.
Come on. You're a fraudulent guy. See, White Lion or whatever you call yourself, I want to hear your story, because basically you practically just ripped somebody off. Anyways, I don't blame you. It's Nigeria. They make advantage, take
They
advantage
take
of every
advantage.
situation.
Yeah, so many people took advantage. Yeah, so many people will take advantage of you
What-
when you're in a difficult situation.
How did you rescue your dad? Because of our time, how did you rescue your dad eventually?
Yeah, so like I said, we met with the governor, we met with the House of Rep member. They told us they were going to, set up like a rescue team to go rescue my dad. And the guy they put in charge of the rescue team, we met him another day. And with, like I said, we were willing to assist them with information. So we met with this guy and we were like, okay, so let's talk. What support do you need from us to rescue,
rescue
our
your
dad?
dad.
We have intel. Every time my dad calls, we track where he is, and we're able to give you his exact location. And the guy invited a police guy to come join us in that meeting. And the police guy said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to track, and to track, you need to pay us 100,000 naira.
Even though you already tracked, you know where they are.
Even though we
every
tracked.
time, every day they call, it's the same area, so you know
said,
where they are.
He said they still need to track 100,000. My uncle looked at me. I said, yeah, let's pay him. Let's just give him the 100,000. We gave it to him. They now took us to their office in Abuja. That's IRT office in Abuja. Told us to write a statement. I wrote the statement explaining what happened. And on our way out, we were about going out, and they called us aside. And you've written your statement, but to make this thing fast, you have to appreciate our boss.
Your boss.
Yeah, their boss. So that's their boss, the one that was with me when we were writing the statement. So I went back inside and we met with the boss, and we told him, look, this is what happened. We met with the governor and we met with the honorable. The honorable told us to go meet this guy, and this guy invited you people into this matter. The governor assured us that there's a budget for this rescue.
So why are we paying you?
So if you need money or
Go
anything,
meet the governor.
Go meet the governor, collect money from the governor. And that was when the guy told us that, look, let me just tell you the truth. If anybody tells you they are going into that bush
They're
to
lying.
rescue their dad, to rescue your dad, that they are just deceiving us.
So they could have collected that money from you. It's because you went back in to say, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's when he then owned up that they weren't going to do anything anyways.
That nobody was going to go into that bush to rescue. That what they can do is, after my dad has come out,
They can then
then
go
they
in
can
there.
start doing investigations, people involved.
Anyways, let's park that. So what then happened? How did you get your dad out?
So what happened is we started begging these kidnappers, and because they also saw the state of my
How
dad's
things
leg,
were,
my dad's leg, and they started telling us, and I think people were praying, people were doing everything, and they said, oh, look, your dad's leg is going bad. It's going really, really bad. If he dies here, it's your fault. It's not our fault. We have other people we're going to get money from. So yeah, they told us. They said they have a Chinese guy
That they're
that
going
they're
to
going to get money from.
So it's your...
So it's your
your
it's
fault.
your loss. Yeah, it's your loss. So you better go get our money.
At this point, you've sold almost everything.
And at that point, we told them, look, we are skinned. We can't get what you
more
think
money.
we can get. Then they said, okay, go look for 50 million. We told them we can't get 50 million. Then from 50 million, they came to 30 million.
Which is what you guys should have done in the first place.
In the first place,
Yeah.
their negotiation.
Stick to that low amount of money so that they can keep moving.
Yeah,
But
but
then
as at this time, everything my dad told us to go and sell, we told him we've sold it.
everything has been sold.
Yeah, we told him we've sold everything.
So how much did they come to them?
So they started dropping it.
Yeah.
They started dropping it. And they were like, okay, even if it's 10 million,
Pay.
go and look for 10 million, bring it. And I will promise you, would release your dad to you. The guy swore by everything. And that was when we had a little courage to say, okay, 10 million. And we looked for 10 million. We gave it to them. And true to their words, they released him to us.
So you guys paid 65 million
65
ransom
million
to
ransom.
release your dad.
Yes. That's the ransom.
Yeah, that you paid.
That's-
Not all the extra money that
No.
that the police asked from you, the anti-kidnapping group asked from you, the vigilante asked from you, White Lion on the internet asked from you. A lot of people ask
Oh, there
from
were
you.
so many miscellaneous
Miscellaneous expenses.
expenses. Yeah.
So
Running into
how is he now?
like
What
tens
happened
of
to his leg when it was released?
It's yeah. So when my dad was released, we took him to the hospital. Unfortunately, the leg had gone really bad.
Really, was that bad?
Yeah, it was that bad. So they had to do a below the knee amputation. Yeah,
They have to amputate his leg.
yeah, they had to. They had to. It's gone really bad.
So he could have died in there.
I think God kept him. Let me just say that. Yeah, God kept him. Prayers kept him because he could have died.
Did the kidnappers, whilst he was in there, they had doctors to keep him alive?
Not even Panadol. He was not given.
It was not. It wasn't given any
Not even
treatment.
paracetamol.
No treatment whatsoever.
Nothing for 23
So he
days.
would have been so infected with that leg.
That leg was so infected. He was without his medications for 23 days. No medication, nothing for 23 days. He was left outside under a tree for 23 days. Come rain, come sun. No healthy diet. Drinking gari and leftover foods.
Was what they were giving him.
Yeah, that was what they were giving him for 23 days.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's harrowing experience.
At 73.
At 73 years old.
Yes.
Now his leg had to be amputated.
At 73.
Did you try to do anything to save the leg from
Oh
amputation?
yeah, because we took him to a hospital in Egbe. Then we moved him from that hospital to another hospital in Ilorin, which we felt was better. And when they did the scan, they said, oh, this leg had to be amputated. And that was when we were like, oh no, we have to seek a second opinion. So we moved him to Nigerian Turkish hospital in Abuja. It's called Nizamiye Hospital. And they tried everything to save that leg, antibiotics and everything. When they did their MRI, they felt it was only the small toe that was infected. So we felt, okay, they are going to remove that small toe and see what happens. But when they opened the leg, it was bad. It was so bad. They just had to amputate it to save his life.
How much did you pay for that again?
The total bill with Nizamiye was around, is it 21 million?
21 million?
Yeah, total bill.
I reckon after the amputation, he's going to have to go through physio.
Oh, he's still going there to get the leg dressed. For every time he goes there for dressing, I think it's about 45,000 or 55,000. I'm not very sure now.
So he's still going through treatment?
Yeah, so he's still going through treatment.
This is still live?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he'll be having the next one on Monday. Today is Saturday. He'll be having the next one on Monday. And per dressing is, I think, 45 or 55,000 naira.
All that money
is
close to 100 million or over 100 million.
More than.
How are you coping? How did you get all this money?
People
help.
Yeah, people. When you're pushed to the wall and you don't know what to do, God sends people to cover your nakedness. It's people. People helped.
Are there any, let's say, organization, institution, individual, apart from your friends, I'm sure there are many of them that helped, but people that were exceptional when you went to Nigeria that were a bit of a shining light in the midst of all of the disappointment, all of the systemic disappointment? Because what I'm hearing, the military personnel, everything, that they even knew where the kidnappers are. And nobody could go and do anything is even shocking.
The first time they went to drop the ransom, the guys that went to drop the ransom, when they came back, they stopped at that military post to tell them, oh yeah, thank you for releasing us to go. And they were describing where the guys went to. Like, oh, did you go to this place? There's an abandoned cashew factory there. Was that where you went to drop the ransom? And the guy said yes. So they know that spot. They know what happens around there. I mean, it's just carrying out a strategic military operation, laying siege.
They would have captured those people.
Yeah.
Does that mean that these guys are sponsored by some institution of the state?
You never can tell. I mean, people that have the technology to jam
a network.
People that are probably better equipped than the Nigerian military.
And this guys, how old will you say they are?
24, between 18 and 24
Young
years
boys.
old. Young boys, yeah.
And they speak English really pretty good.
Some of them speak English.
Yeah.
Some speak Fulani, some speak Hausa.
Hausa.
Yeah.
So we're very appreciative that your dad is alive.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate they had to amputate his leg, but he's going through physio. He's keeping well.
Yeah, he'll be starting. We're trying to get him to start physio now.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's you must have gone through a lot. There must have been a lot to undo.
Yeah, emotionally, financially, in every ramification.
I read in the news, because as you told me about the story before we came into the studio, I read in the news that it was the state that rescued him.
Oh, they are bloody liars. So when my dad was rescued,
When my dad was released.
when my dad was released, after we paid additional 10 million ransom, he was released to the guys that took the money. We paid the second time.
You paid. So they brought him, they took the money, and they released him to those guys.
So we paid this time around. We had to pay somebody to go drop the ransom.
Yeah.
Okay. And they released him to that guy. So we took him to the hospital in Egbe, Equa Hospital in Egbe. We had my dad for more than 24 hours before the military guys came. That he called me and was like, "Oh, we learned that he has been released." How they knew up to now, I don't know how they knew.
So the kidnappers, the kidnappers are definitely in cohort. I'm not accusing the military, but for you guys not to have told anyone, and they know the kidnappers must have told somebody in the military, we released this guy.
Probably, maybe. Because how they knew? Because it was not a call of, "Oh, has your dad been released?"
It's a call of, "We know he's been released."
It's a call of, "Oh, we learned your dad has been released and we want to come and see him."
Could it be the security at the checkpoint? The day you went to release it, the way they took him, were those security still at that checkpoint?
Well, what we did was we told the military guys we were going to pay an additional
So you
money.
didn't tell him he was going to be released. You just said you're going to be
we just said we're going to pay, and that we don't want what happened the
first time to happen.
Yeah. And he assured me he's going to tell them.
Not
So
to be there. Maybe they were the ones that saw him when he was
so
coming
there's
back.
a probability they saw
were.
him.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll give them that benefit of doubt. That
even though
they
we
saw
highly
him.
suspect that it was they might have informant between themselves. But in all of this, has anyone been arrested?
Well, so while my dad was with the kidnappers, right, their informant called, and I don't know what happened between them, maybe money issues, and they got annoyed with the kidnapper, with their informant, and they decided, and so again, my dad speaks Hausa, so he had formed
a bond with them.
As a Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
So he had formed a bond with them. He had given them nickname Good Yarrow and all of that.
Yeah.
So they became
closer.
Yeah.
A little
So
bit.
and they told him that, "Look, you're a nice man. It's unfortunate for us. It's business, right? This is what we do." I mean, they told us when we were negotiating with them. They told myself and my uncle that you people know how to write with biro, and you do your job with biro. And kidnapping
was their own
is
business.
our own business, and we know this business in and out.
So these kidnappers have told your dad about their informant, the person that ratted him out.
Yeah, they told him. Yeah, they told him. They told him that, "Look, you said this guy is your friend. He's not your friend. He gave us all your information. He told us when this company was built. He told us you have this company. He told us you have that company. He told us your what."
So is this person an indigene of your state?
He's a Fulani guy that had been in my hometown for more than 30 years.
He's the one that contracted
those
guys to kidnap your dad.
Exactly.
So they picked him up now.
Oh yeah. We picked him up.
Wow.
Yeah,
so you don't know. So basically, it wasn't a random kidnapping. It was a
planned
kidnapping.
Oh no, it was planned. My dad was supposed to be kidnapped in February, but that was when he went for his radiotherapy for 10 weeks. So they couldn't pick him up then. He told them my dad had traveled out, right? And immediately my dad came back in May, mid-May. Yeah. He told them, yeah, that my dad
Is back. Come and pick him up.
So now come and pick him up. And they picked him up in June.
Was there not a time that they told your stepmom that she was not in the house while she was supposed to be looking for money for ransom?
They said, oh, they are they are very funny guys. So they called my stepmom and they were like, how are you? She said, fine, sir. And she said, oh, you are fine and your husband is in the bush. He's not fine. Your husband is here suffering. You are snoring.
Really? So they knew she was snoring. So did they bug the house or somebody was listening?
I think probably they just said that
in a funny way.
Because they told my uncle to when they called and
that he was snoring in the house.
No. They said, how are you? And my uncle said, I'm fine. He said, oh, you are fine and your father is not fine.
Okay. A bit of a sense of humor there.
They said, oh, you want him to die so that you can inherit
all the property. Oh, well, those guys are crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So, thank you very much for sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate. Nigeria is meant to be a great country, and the people are resilient. But things like this are what cast a shadow on the country.
Yeah.
Will you go back to Nigeria?
No, it's not going to happen. The plan was once my dad retires and my kids have grown up, I was supposed to expand that farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've discussed with so many people that we're going to invest
in the farm,
make it bigger, create more employment opportunities for people in that place. But it's not going to happen. Yeah. My plan is, I don't want my dad to continue in that setting. That sell the farm, live off what
was made and retire in peace.
And just retire in peace.
And enjoy. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing
Thank
your experience with us. And we wish your dad all the best as well.
Thank you.